One tiny little marble mistakenly exploded, blasting our gorgeous heroine straight into another dimension. Waking up totally battered and bruised, some sleazy thugs were actually planning a filthy group assault. The devastating agony tearing through her fragile frame left her entirely dazed. Worse yet, her gorgeous eyes were rendered completely blind. Absolute tragedy! Sensing that creepy scumbag stepping closer with his filthy hands outstretched, an absolutely chilling smirk danced upon Luo Qing Tong's lips. "You useless trashes seriously dare to touch me? Oh, how delightful!" Luo Qing Tong was historically the unmatched supreme visual arts master from the 24th century. Her breathtaking ruby eyes could effortlessly shatter any pathetic illusion in this mortal realm. Who knew getting assassinated would reincarnate her inside this pitiful host? She ruthlessly choked that disgusting creep, completely blinded by his lust. Igniting her godly visual arts, her terrifying strength violently flared alive. Luo Qing Tong hilariously chucked the garbage scumbag away from her grasp. Her gorgeous silhouette attacked the crowd. "Wanna ravage me? Let us check your pathetic qualifications." Dancing like a sassy Grim Reaper, she flawlessly exterminated those fools in one breath. A sudden cough of crimson blood proved this fragile new vessel was totally foreign. Sustaining such dramatic injuries, just what kind of crazy fantasy realm was this? Out of nowhere, a lethal beam shot straight at her face. She miraculously sidestepped the spell. The deafening magical explosion launched her backward. Catching her balance using one slender hand, our badass heroine executed a flawless aerial flip, touching down with absolute feline grace upon the dirt. That ridiculous, explosive shockwave forced her crumbling new physique to spit crimson repeatedly. Yet, she beautifully danced past another blazing beam. These magical blasts hit exactly like futuristic particle cannons. How could mere mortals wield such firepower? Taking cover behind some boulders, she activated her crimson eyes. Their overwhelming spiritual energy triggered her danger instincts inside this totally wrecked human shell. Fighting head-on was suicide! Meanwhile, the masked assassin stood totally dumbfounded, wondering why Luo Qing Tong suddenly acted so weird. Never let that girl escape! Luo Qing Tong must perish! Our brilliant heroine was currently piecing together her chaotic memories. Initially assuming she was lost inside some random earthly rainforest, she finally realized this definitely wasn't her original planet. How hilariously cliché, accidentally becoming the star of an isekai adventure. She cast a mocking glare toward those masked goons chasing her relentlessly. If only this pathetic mortal body wasn't so terribly fragile, those clowns wouldn't even qualify as a quick warm-up for her fists. Spotting a complex magical array abruptly manifesting up ahead, though, Luo Qing Tong flashed a wicked grin. Talk about destiny delivering exactly what a sleepy girl needed, igniting her legendary ocular power. To instantly hack the complex mechanics of the illusion, she enthusiastically swan-dived straight into the portal. Meanwhile, an absolute godlike man was peacefully bathing, and this lord instantly detected Luo Qing Tong crashing wildly into his secret array. He grumbled internally, "How melodramatic!" This gorgeous god stared at her using absolutely freezing eyes, completely devoid of any luminous spark. Oh, he was totally blind! The stoic man largely ignored her sudden loud splash altogether. Luo Qing Tong playfully stroked her chin. "Even though I can barely admire this magnificent shirtless physique, who expected such mouth-watering fan service today?" Echoing footsteps from outside suddenly invaded the bathing lord's sharp hearing. His icy eyes dangerously narrowed, making her completely panic. "What if this grump kicks me out?" She impulsively lunged forward, boldly sealing his lips with one hand while intimately pinning his muscular waist. "Gorgeous! This is an emergency. Let me hide here." The man remained completely unbothered. "You aren't blind," Luo Qing Tong shamelessly played fool, dramatically whining. "I am absolutely blind!" A dangerous spark of fury ignited within his devastatingly chilling stare. Yet our shameless heroine happily took advantage of him. Her naughty hands eagerly wandered. "Hey, handsome! You've been passionately admiring me for so long. Don't tell me you are already falling deeply in love." being the planet's absolute strongest visual arts master historically. Yet, she spectacularly blew herself into another universe over one tiny glowing toy. Now, she was boldly fondling an unbelievably attractive immortal lord. That wicked smirk completely betrayed how immensely satisfied she felt right now. Suddenly, she completely stiffened. Her wandering fingertips accidentally brushed against a highly dangerous forbidden zone. Within seconds, the atmosphere flatlined. This frosty lord's gaze radiated pure murder. Luo Qing Tong laughed. An innocent mistake! Since I remain unapologetic, only the victim must suffer total embarrassment. Astoundingly, she suddenly realized her critical wounds were miraculously cured. Flashing a devilish smirk, she playfully teased him. You are secretly treating injuries too? Meaning you are completely paralyzed right at this second. The furious man pierced her soul with absolutely freezing glares. The magical bathwater suddenly erupted into violently boiling waves. All surrounding spiritual energy was getting devoured. Luo Qing Tong instinctively sensed a catastrophic threat. The suffocating spiritual pressure forced her to frantically escape the pool. Hey, handsome! Our distant destinies definitely will never intertwine again. Touching your abs was purely accidental. I absolutely wasn't seducing you purposely. Dropping those words, she playfully winked. The arrogant lord literally felt his temper detonating into pure volcanic rage. Luo Qing Tong remained shameless. Besides, beholding your naked glorious body totally disadvantages my innocent eyes. The icy god's devastating aura nearly went completely apocalyptic. She turned and vanished. Not merely delivering those incredibly spicy teasing insults, she happily enjoyed massive visual perks. This humiliated lord chuckled menacingly. How fascinating. Nobody in all history ever boldly dared to disrespect me like this. Meanwhile, away from danger, Luo Qing Tong's fatal wounds flawlessly vanished, unlocking her previously shattered magical cultivation. Sadly, purging the eye venom was impossible right now. Plus, a chunky piglet was relentlessly chewing on her dress. Flashing a ridiculously adorable expression, her gorgeous face bloomed with a bright smile. Shoo, little guy, I am way too busy to babysit you. Found her! That assassin's sudden scream made her freeze, giving the sneaky porker the perfect opening to chomp down on her finger. A dizzying rush flooded her senses. A glowing crest flashed across her forehead and the piglet's chubby rump, before slowly fading away. Thoroughly annoyed, Luo Qing Tong snatched the piglet and gave it a harsh shake. With the assassins closing in fast, she had zero options left. Luo Qing Tong turned around with icy indifference. The masked killer gasped in pure horror. Her spiritual power is back, and she instantly skyrocketed to the martial warrior stage. She definitely swallowed a heaven-tier divine pill. Luo Qing Tong merely smirked, radiating absolute frost. Refusing to explain, she smoothly spun around to leave. The tiny piglet grumbled quietly. What a bunch of clueless peasants! A heaven-tier divine pill is absolute garbage compared to a legendary Nibao leaf, utterly worthless. One drop of that leaf transforms total trash into a divine genius. This foolish woman running from literal garbage is humiliating enough. Luo Qing Tong snatched the endlessly yapping pig, fully ready to cook some pork noodle stew. Instantly, the tiny porker made a pathetic face. It instantly surrendered and begged for mercy. I am a legendary ancient deity, please spare my life. We are soul-bound partners now. If I perish, your own battle power will severely drop. Luo Qing Tong never actually planned to roast it. The bloody hunt was her main focus. She smoothly armed her concealed throwing blades, gazing down like a hunting hawk at the clueless assassins searching below. Those foolish killers splitting their forces gave her the perfect opening. Without a single ounce of hesitation, she elegantly slaughtered them one by one. Becoming a beautiful Grim Reaper under the moonlight, she ruthlessly harvested the assassins' lives, ending the bloody dance with an incredibly stylish final strike. The newly arriving assassins were completely paralyzed with fear. A low-level martial master just one-shot a mighty martial general. Right as their captain opened his mouth to order a desperate retreat, Luo Qing Tong materialized behind them. Silver needles flashed, and crimson blood beautifully painted the ground. The squad leader collapsed to the dirt in total silence. The final surviving assassin shook violently, his widened eyes overflowing with pure, unadulterated horror. Luo Qing Tong smirked with heavy disdain. "You better stay and keep your dead friends company." The terrified killer bolted blindly in total panic. Yet only the cold embrace of death awaited him. Right as she was happily looting the corpses, the mysterious handsome man silently materialized behind her. This mechanical crossbow is pretty sweet. Zero aura leakage whatsoever. Even a completely normal human could fire this. But her next action made the Supreme Lord absolutely furious. Not only did this shameless girl crash his private bath, she audaciously flirted with him. And now, she was enthusiastically feeling up a dead body. The mighty lord actually felt a bizarre surge of intense jealousy. Suddenly, an icy murderous breeze swept past her neck. It terrified her so badly her jaw physically dropped. Why the heck did this supreme god stalk me all the way here? Luo Qing Tong cautiously stood up and inched backward. His incredibly frosty gaze locked onto her. She instantly spun to sprint away, but violently smashed right into an invisible energy wall. Thud! Her poor forehead throbbed. Luo Qing Tong was utterly and completely panicking now. "Hey, handsome! What a crazy coincidence!" The imposing lord coldly reached for her. "Wait, handsome! Let us just talk this out peacefully. Please keep your hands to yourself." But the furious lord ignored her excuses completely. Luo Qing Tong felt her racing heart violently jolt. She desperately activated her supreme ocular powers, miraculously slipping right past his dangerously approaching grasp. The majestic lord's deep eyes sparked with intrigue. "She actually shattered my spiritual lockdown. It seems I must play for real." Meanwhile, our cheeky heroine thought she had escaped. A terrifyingly fast shadow blurred right in front of her. That overwhelming speed proved she stood zero chance of winning this fight. There was literally nowhere left to hide. The powerful man aggressively swooped down to capture her. Suddenly, a brilliant idea sparked in her mind, and a truly wicked smirk appeared. Feigning weakness, she dramatically wobbled and tumbled forward. The Supreme Lord was completely bewildered, freezing in place. That tiny hesitation let her flawlessly collapse right into his broad chest. The majestic man's entire muscular frame instantly turned rigid. Luo Qing Tong shamelessly slid her hands across his sculpted chest. "My handsome lord, you are awfully obsessed with me. Is it possible you have deeply fallen in love with me? Even though I am usually super picky, seeing how unbelievably gorgeous your face is, I will reluctantly accept your heart!" Without warning, Luo Qing Tong boldly smashed her soft lips directly against his. Overwhelmed by her intoxicatingly sweet scent and the shocking warmth of her tender lips, the flustered lord forcefully shoved her away, violently retreating backward like a startled cat. She naturally refused to stop teasing him. Who knew such a scary guy could be so purely innocent? Destiny surely ties lovers across 1,000 miles, my sweet handsome. Thanks for the lovely escort. Catch you later. Damn this infuriating girl. Yet, replaying that stolen kiss in his mind, a bizarrely sweet flutter awakened deep within his icy heart. Miles away in the woods, Luo Qing Tong let out a heavy sigh, looking like she had barely survived a massive, world-ending disaster. Even the piglet worshipped her insane courage for openly flirting with that terrifying god. She gently touched her own lips, realizing the kiss actually felt quite nice. Licking the corner of her mouth playfully, she gave the chubby piglet a firm pat. "Now confess, what exactly are you supposed to be? Some kind of chatting pork demon?" The sassy piglet indignantly slapped her disrespectful hand away. It shot her a deeply offended glare, proudly declaring it was a magnificent deity from the ancient divine era. Luo Qing Tong stared at the squishy piglet with absolute, unfiltered skepticism. This ham sandwich was dramatically acting like the legendary heavenly pig commander gracefully descending to the mortal realm. "Do not you dare look down on my chubby glory! Back in my golden age, even the supreme phoenix and the mighty divine dragon respectfully called me Big Brother Pig." Luo Qing Tong knitted her brows. What exactly is wrong with this dramatic world? Why am I here? Checking her stunning reflection, she sighed in massive relief. Her gorgeous face remained totally untouched. Recalling the sweet loot she miraculously snatched, a heavy token materialized. An agonizing headache violently pierced her mind. A dramatic memory echoed, Tianyu Empire Shadow Token! So these tragic villains ruined me. She clutched her throbbing head, groaning in sheer agony. Wait, who are you? Whose voice is this? She was once the undisputed absolute beauty of the Dongli Kingdom, the proud eldest lady of the Luo family's Jingwu Marquis Mansion. Unbelievably, her two-faced little sister betrayed her. Back then, Luo Qing was a pathetic, sickly child. She generously poured her precious resources into nursing that ungrateful brat back to perfect health, only then cultivating. Who could have guessed? That frail flower was actually a ruthless snake. Unbelievable! In raw combat power, that faker could honestly never match her. Regarding pure aesthetics? Please. Luo Qing Tong was the undisputed, unparalleled, gorgeous goddess of the Dongli Kingdom. That jealous viper shattered her cultivation core, ruined her beautiful eyes, and commanded thugs to defile her. All to screech, I am the only true family genius. Take that, you ruined, unchaste waste. Processing these tragic memories, a chillingly gorgeous smirk appeared. Very good indeed. Even the tiny system pig froze in sheer panic. A terrifying, bloodthirsty aura exploded from Luo Qing Tong's gorgeous body. Since I claimed this fabulous body, this bitter grudge must be violently repaid. Luo Qingning, watch out! And you, the toxic Yuan imperial family. To cancel our engagement, you actually dispatched assassins to hunt me. Luo Qing Tong's mother suddenly disappeared, giving Yuan Mo a perfect excuse. He was a sickly, fragile weakling, unable to cultivate. Her amazing mother literally spoon-fed him to health, making Yuan Mo the arrogant prince he is today. She clapped her delicate hands, smiling. Since you fools want to play rough, I will prove their romantic destiny is completely worthless before me. She swiped her tongue across her alluring red lips. It has been ages since I felt this excited. Slowly torturing your prey is simply much more fascinating. Seeing her terrifyingly gorgeous, twisted expression, the tiny pig stopped breathing. To heal her eyes, she casually scraped the bloody tears. Activating her legendary ocular arts, she dissected the complex toxic makeup. The tiny pig absolutely burst with admiration. Nothing could escape her ultimate twin pupils. The venom blinding her was actually legendary Jiao. The dark intention was truly sinister. Brewed correctly, it is a miraculous life-saving elixir. But mixed backward, those dramatically clashing energies transform it into a deadly poison. Luo Qing Tong tapped her gorgeous chin. With this luxurious venom, the Tianyu Empire would fiercely struggle to produce one drop. The sassy little pig's eyes were filled with pure mockery. Obviously! Who else would be crazily obsessed with harming you besides the Tianyu Empire? Seriously, how deeply despised is this tragic woman? Since I cannot solve this messy drama, whatever! Tossing the toxic vial aside, she smirked. Time to hunt for an antidote! Not long after she vanished, a mysteriously handsome stalker descended. The dark, handsome man was genuinely shocked. How could a pitifully weak martial artist completely evade him? Suddenly, the handsome man was completely stunned. He discovered that discarded drop of Jiao poison. Who exactly is this mysteriously fascinating woman? Meanwhile, our dazzling heroine strolled through the dense mountain forest. Tragically, she failed to find a single medicinal cure. The sassy pig mocked her. Common cabbage? The magical herbs curing Jiao poison are insanely precious and extremely rare. Suddenly, an earth-shattering boom ripped through the air. The little piggy's face drained in pure terror, desperately screaming at its master to run. She snatched the trembling pork chop. Speak up! What chaotic romantic drama? Meanwhile, who knew this innocent-looking girl possessed such a twisted villainous heart? Desperate to sabotage her beloved brother's marriage, the majestic 7th princess hired thugs to brutally murder and humiliate Luo Qing Tong. Right now! Yuan Shuai sat anxiously, nervously facing him. Feeling cornered, Yuan Shuai retorted loudly. She is just a lowly lady from a cheap mansion. Why are you romantically obsessed, brother? The #1 beauty of the Dongli Kingdom? She is totally unworthy of your majestic status. Compared to that special someone, she suddenly realized she had totally misspoken. Her false courage completely evaporated, and his flawless face turned terrifyingly dark. That is enough! Yuan Mo glared with absolute coldness. I have incredibly important royal matters. I simply have no time. Although I lack romantic feelings, fate decreed her as my official princess. Meanwhile, our furious heroine violently shook the little pig. Seriously, what secret? Cold sweat incessantly rained off the tiny pig's forehead. A bone-rattling, deafening roar shattered the heavens. She looked up at the sky. A massive floating palace literally spawned out of thin air. A colossal mythological divine beast furiously gave chase. She desperately ran for her life. Why is this disaster chasing me? Is it your fault? The little pig was covered in tears. Zero time for dramatic explanations. This is a legendary, sky-shattering, celestial divine beast. Hearing those dramatic words, she felt an urge to butcher this pet. The grand Immortal Trail ruins violently attracted a massive group of ambitious cultivators. Luo Qing Tong elegantly swerved, narrowly dodging a catastrophic blast. You cursed pork chop! What romantic disaster did you provoke? It aggressively sped towards her. She dashed through the panicked crowd like a shadow. Destroy this evil for our people. Great heroes, everything rests completely upon you. Blood-curdling shrieks from behind sent shivers down their spines. The little piglet squealed that those completely useless cultivators could never hold the defensive line. We must locate our shining knight. Follow me closely. Deafening crashes endlessly roared behind them. Luo Qing Tong frantically sprinted right behind the little piglet. Her boots skidded to a halt. A towering man completely blocked their path. Now she genuinely wanted to murder this tiny pig. Trembling with intense guilt, the little porker whimpered, "He is our only hope!" It aggressively shoved our startled heroine forward. "Hurry and beautifully seduce him!" The gorgeous man spun around. "You again!" His breathtaking profile matched his freezing voice. Our heroine panicked like an ant on a burning pan. "We are completely doomed!" The roars from behind were drawing closer. Swallowing her pride, Luo Qing Tong masterfully faked a pitiful expression. "Handsome, please save me!" The tyrant found it highly amusing. "Why exactly should I save you?" Luo Qing Tong shamelessly blurted out. "On your inner thigh, right near your little brother, rests a secret mark." The gaze of the man suddenly turned incredibly sharp. Spiritual energy intensely gathered in his hand. He forcefully unleashed a devastating energy blast. Our clever heroine narrowly dodged it. The catastrophic blow slammed into the heaven-connecting divine beast, violently sending it flying. My inner thigh? There is absolutely nothing down there. Spinning back around, he found the place totally empty. The handsome face of the man turned murderously dark. She had successfully tricked him again. The massive heaven-connecting divine beast howled in agony. An epic clash between man and monster was absolutely inevitable. Safely escaped, Luo Qing Tong smirked with immense secret satisfaction. Tricking him 3 times? She felt extremely proud of her absolute genius. Suddenly, the earth violently rumbled. Shrieking in pure shock, she plummeted into a massive pit. Her audacity is completely boundless. The immortal legacy that others desperately begged for instantly became an annoyance to her. 5 stars for this awful reception. Do not fool me. The chaotic fall of Luo Qing Tong was absolutely miserable. A squeal resembling a slaughtered pig suddenly echoed aloud. "Dearest master, save me!" That annoying voice gave Luo Qing Tong a huge headache. She looked up. The little pig was firmly bound to a platform ahead. The platform possessed its own magical array, carved with the majestic crest of the heaven-connecting divine beast. This glowing array perfectly matches that rampaging monster outside. Luo Qing Tong desired to ruthlessly slap this stupid pig to death, so it was completely his fault. I could not help it. I was originally fully sealed here. When that heaven-connecting divine beast returns, neither of us will have a good end. You and I are already officially contracted. Master, you absolutely cannot abandon me! The dramatic little pig cried massive tears, looking ridiculously pathetic. However, Luo Qing Tong perfectly saw through its deceptive nature. The intelligent woman activated her pupil art to analyze the array. She smashed the core of the barrier. Overusing her pupil art left her entirely exhausted. Hallelujah! I'm finally free from this magical formation! The little pig bounced around with overwhelming joy. Suddenly, a chillingly ancient voice echoed aloud. How absolutely dare you, you filthy little beast! A spiritual pagoda appeared, ruthlessly squashing the piglet. Luo Qing Tong was deeply startled. You destroyed the sacred formation of my Luo Immortal Palace! The old ghost scanned her, secretly blown away. A mere mortal and completely blind! Luo Qing Tong crossed her arms, remaining fully unconvinced. My eyes are blind, not my heart. Breaking the formation was nothing. This made the ancient man truly laugh wildly. Your aptitude is excellent. I will take you as my successor. You just need to completely revitalize my Luo Immortal Palace. Luo Qing Tong crossed her arms. I do not want to. Thank you. The old man became certain Luo Qing Tong was unyielding. She even looked completely disgusted, turning to leave without a second glance. Do you know what the Luo Immortal Palace represents? It certainly allows you to completely look down upon this entire realm. Luo Qing Tong stopped. Just this realm? Does that mean there are stronger enemies? I do not want trouble. The old man suddenly stretched out his finger. It truly is you. He pointed at the center of the brow of Luo Qing Tong, forcefully beginning the inheritance. High above the clouds, the majestic Immortal Palace suddenly collapsed. Yuan Mo and his men finally arrived, only to find the Immortal Palace inheritance was completely snatched away. Boiling with rage, he could not help cursing Luo Qing Tong. This is the fault of this idiot, dragging her feet. Are we still searching for that Luo Qing Tong? Luo Xining saw the disgusted gaze of the man and trembled with fear. The heaven-connecting divine beast suddenly materialized right behind them. The monstrous roar made everyone turn around. Apocalyptic flames gathered in the mouth of the beast. It crashed down. Lethal flying sand and stones landed beside Yuan Mo. Do not move! Luo Xining was accidentally injured, feeling a sharp pain in her arm. The breathtaking man flew past her from behind. The spiritual power fluctuations between the man and the beast were world-destroying. With one blow, he sent the divine beast flying. The onlookers gasped in absolute shock. Good heavens! How could such a handsome and powerful person exist? The devastating spiritual energy in the hand of the man gathered again. His icy gaze swept over the crowd. The sharp killing intent in his eyes silenced them. Delusional, Luo Xining was infatuated. He is perfection! This incredible man is completely flawless. I must have him. Only he is worthy of me. Can someone please slap this white lotus? She conspired with pure scum to harm her own sister. And now she is making her grandfather hand over the sacred family inheritance. Deep inside that stuffy estate, our favorite dramatic villainess gracefully dropped onto her scheming knees. Convinced his precious granddaughter was tragically torn apart, our poor grandfather violently smashed his wooden desk, utterly devastated as his horrified complexion drained completely. My darling girl goes missing, and these absolute clowns simply grovel here, shamelessly begging me to hand our romantic legacy over to Xingning, crowning that fake girl our glorious heir. The poor old patriarch practically breathed fire. Surrendering our spectacularly sweet family heirloom, that priceless golden ticket toward the legendary Qian Saint Academy. Do we really need their pompous academy title shielding our glorious reputation? The raging patriarch glared at them, his teary eyes burning violently. My beloved granddaughter remains unfound. Whatever precious treasures belong to her heart stay entirely hers alone. Nobody steals her destiny. Now scatter, you parasites. Our theatrical villainess elegantly stood up, flashing a venomously sweet smirk. Since playing nice completely failed, we simply must play wonderfully dirty. Sadly, you lack any adorable alternatives today, dearest grandfather. The poor elder dramatically gasped before heavily fainting against his desk. Such a pathetically tragic family shakedown. Meanwhile, our fabulous heroine miraculously absorbed a beautifully ancient power. Listen closely, darling. Just brilliantly inherit my beloved clan's mystical artistic talents. These gorgeous treasures are absolutely yours. Allow me to romantically refine them. Deep inside her dazzling mental ocean, an absurdly stunning tower delightfully revealed itself as the 9-layered exquisite pagoda. Countless lonely generations desperately awaited your glorious arrival, sweetheart. Please grasp its passionate essence flawlessly. That overly dramatic life and death sword unfortunately sparked our beautifully tragic downfall. Wield its seductive power cautiously. Paralyzed completely, our sassy heroine silently roasted this ridiculously pushy ghost grandpa for being an annoying flirt. What an outrageously aggressive romantic scam! Reading her mind effortlessly, the cheeky phantom sighed. My spiritual clock is expiring. Just humor this pathetic bachelor. Calming her racing heartbeat, our gorgeous protagonist absorbed his maddeningly huge lore dump before finally fluttering her stunning eyes wide open. Her energy channels delightfully unclogged. Pure magical essence flowed passionately, creating one unstoppable loop. She had fabulously skyrocketed straight into the glorious Martial King tier. That stubborn phantom loyally babysat her, knowing your deliciously spicy attitude always rewards sweet loyalty, while fiercely returning bitter hostility. Whenever adventuring outside, please hide your breathtaking power to hilariously dodge annoying suitors. Absorbing his surprisingly tender nagging, her blazing annoyance melted into a wonderfully warm flutter. You dramatic old sweetheart! Our bewildered heroine suddenly experienced overwhelming emotional whiplash. I sadly cannot instantly vanish your tragic ocular poison, but I secretly gifted you magical energy. Flex this romantic spark, and your gorgeous vision will temporarily return. 2 hours daily is your absolute maximum. That fluffy beast conceals brutal trickery beneath his cute snout. His deeply wicked origins remain a terrifying, absolute mystery. Stay fiercely guarded. The 9-tiered exquisite pagoda guarantees his absolute submission. Should he rebel, roast him. Never let that rascal flee. Watching the legendary ancestor's breathtaking silhouette fade, a totally bizarre, fluttery warmth truly awakened inside her. Inheriting this dazzling Luo Immortal palace means embracing its incredibly messy baggage. Breathing a dramatic sigh, she mourned her destiny. Without warning, a pathetic squeal echoed, "Gorgeous master, rescue me!" provoking Qing Tong into summoning her artifact. That cheeky porker shamelessly tricked me. Oh, now the rascal begs for mercy. Right then, that chubby pet shrieked hysterically while getting delightfully roasted by sizzling, magical embers. Sweet master, you cannot let me perish. I am becoming a crispy bacon snack. However, Qing Tong heartlessly ignored him. Crispy bacon honestly sounds quite delicious. The panicked pet frantically babbled. I only tried breaking that pesky seal. Our magical bond remains completely active. Please never forsake me. Our beautiful heroine stayed completely unfazed. He panicked immensely. Test our spiritual bond to punish me if you doubt my loyalty. I remain your devoted, foolish porker. Luo Qing Tong activated their connection, happily proving his complete honesty. Meanwhile, that chubby rascal desperately scurried around frantically. Our heroine withdrew her artifact. Sizzle a bit longer, sweetheart. That is the fiery penalty for deceiving me. Stretching luxuriously, her breathtakingly gorgeous curves painted a stunning silhouette. Now, it was finally time to casually return home. That spectacular gentleman faced grave danger due to her. Yet, she shamelessly ripped his elegant shirt open, practically swooning with thirst. Beyond playfully fondling his glorious muscles, she boldly conquered his tempting lips. Wiping away nervous sweat, our girl cursed her frustrating blindness. Escaping that infernal abyss at long last felt utterly amazing. Snapping her flawless fingers playfully, that deliciously fragrant porker clumsily tumbled onto the dirty floor. Gulping down hungry anticipation, she affectionately petted the trembling porker. His bristles spiked upward while shielding his plump belly. Please control your terrifying drooling. Your little tricks are utterly transparent! Her gorgeous face darkened ominously, materializing her divine artifact, terrifying that chubby companion into frantically sobbing apologies. Stepping boldly into the devastatingly ruined combat zone together, our heroine was completely breathless over that mysterious gentleman's intoxicatingly overwhelming aura. That heaven-connecting divine beast represents an absolutely legendary, mythical bloodline. Her chubby familiar scoffed jealously. That oversized monster is garbage compared to my glorious physical prime. Rolling her eyes, she flashed a truly mocking smirk. Just an arrogant porker spouting nonsense. Suddenly, an incredibly bizarre noise fully captured her attention. Chasing those dramatic groans down the valley, she found her future husband looking like a bloody disaster. He is breathing, drenched in blood without a single scratch. Why is this gorgeous man entirely unconscious? Ripping open his robes, Qing Tong discovered 0 internal damage. She frantically seized his muscular wrist. Her heart skipped a terrifying beat. Half his energy pathways were shattered, the rest violently crumbling away. The pet pig gasped dramatically. Did that legendary divine beast actually smash him this horribly? Qing Tong muttered, 1/3 are old wounds, while the rest are fresh. Fighting a celestial beast in this broken state, he is undeniably legendary. She pondered deeply. That previous romantic encounter while he was bathing in the hot spring, was he secretly healing? Had I not playfully stolen your energy, you would be cured, she whispered. I owed you a romantic debt previously. Now I repay you fully. Activating her glowing supreme visual arts, her delicate fingers caressed his firm waist, transferring healing magic. By reconnecting his primary spiritual channels, she successfully stabilized his fading life. Minutes later, her extremely exhausted body began violently trembling. Finishing the magical repair, she collapsed heavily. Is this handsome god forged from solid steel? Such durable meridians. Even though you ruthlessly bullied and cornered me previously, I just rescued your handsome soul. We are officially tied now, so never dare to fiercely harass me again. Instantly, those breathtaking demonic eyes snapped open. Trembling violently, Qing Tong yelped an unladylike curse, clumsily tumbling over his chest with a hilariously pathetic shriek. Beneath his bewildered gaze, their lips passionately crashed together. His icy kiss instantly sparked her furiously embarrassed, blazing blush. My maiden heart is totally exploding! Screaming mentally, she forcefully shoved his muscular chest away. Bam! The majestic god immediately passed out cold again. This infuriating girl again! His consciousness faded instantly. Staring at his breathtaking, unconscious face, Qing Tong guiltily realized she completely knocked him out. The dramatic pig completely panicked in pure terror, desperately dragging its beloved master away from the crime scene. Her reputation as a shameless pervert was cemented. She sobbed mentally, Heavens above, my pure innocence is gone! Fleeing the hilarious crime scene, her footsteps halted, pivoting toward the fallen mythical beast. A tiny, mysterious squeaking noise magically echoed straight from the creature's majestic corpse. Pushing aside the massive furry claws, she discovered an adorably tiny fox. Qing Tong gently scooped the precious trembling baby upwards. The fluffy ball instantly snuggled warmly. Pure jealousy practically exploded within her threatened pet pig. Biting her delicate finger, she playfully forged a powerful blood pact. Before escaping, she expertly cast an invisible camouflage array. Drama completely resolved? It is finally time to casually hunt down my evil stepsister. Oh, her horrifically shocked face will absolutely be an unforgettable comedic masterpiece. Inside her bedroom, the fake White Lotus arrogantly stroked stolen treasures. A greedy servant stood nearby, continuously showering dramatic praises. Lady, your divine talents totally eclipse that utterly useless trash, Luo Qing Tong. This flattery gave the villainess absolute satisfaction. Suddenly, a terribly panicked servant barged inside. Absolute disaster! The true heiress has miraculously returned alive! The villainess froze completely. Impossible! That weak trash actually crawled back from hell itself? The wicked stepmother, who had maliciously ordered assassins to execute her, angrily cursed Qing Tong as an entirely shameless, disgusting disgrace. Bam! A devastating slap crushed her evil face. Wicked second aunt, perfectly playing dirty tricks to desperately silence me! That incredibly explosive slap left her completely speechless. Screaming, she violently commanded armed guards to fatally attack. Qing Tong gracefully dodged, delivering another absolutely devastating, hilarious facial slap. Devious aunt urgently desires to permanently erase the witness. Even if powerful grandfather notices, it is too late. Watching her mother being brutally humiliated, That fake stepsister trembled. She was permanently crippled. How did her power recover? As expected from a lowly concubine stealing the main throne, she exclusively utilizes cheap tricks. The wicked woman violently trembled. Is this majestic goddess truly our historically pathetic Luo Qing Tong? She confidently stomped the villain's head. Only then did the shivering fake lotus desperately cry, "Beloved sister, what are you doing?" Qing Tong's eyes froze. The pathetic clown stealthily hiding in the shadows has appeared. The completely terrified servants finally realized our eldest miss is alive. My wonderfully beloved sister, I have absolutely missed you. The villainess was overwhelmingly paralyzed by Qing Tong's majestic aura, violently retreating backward in terror. Luo Qing Tong, how dare this utterly brain-dead trash violently disrespect me? Her confident expression and aura completely transformed today. The totally terrified villainess hysterically shouted, "You are not Luo Qing Tong!" Qing Tong approached. After violently crawling back through the flaming gates of hell, how could I remain helplessly brain-dead enough to practically ignore my murderers? Beloved sister, don't your twisted little dark thoughts strongly agree? The villain's eyes violently overflowed with terror. Elsewhere, the god awakened, forcefully suppressing his explosive, earth-shattering wrath. Two brilliant meteoric lights crashed downwards, respectfully kneeling on one knee. Supreme Lordship, we arrived late. Please punish us. These terrified elite newcomers were his incredibly loyal generals, Beiqing and Feng Yu. Breaking the suffocating silence, Beiqing quietly peeked. He spotted an intimate red bite mark stamped perfectly upon the master's lip. Completely shocked, Beiqing hilariously cried out, "A bite mark, sire!" Only then did the oblivious god realize. He gently touched his lip, eyes suddenly flashing dangerously in